Hey, what's up everybody? Matt with Power Sports Memorabilia. Thank you again for joining me for another episode. And today's episode is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be about autographed rookie hockey and basketball cards. And if you've been following me on social media at all lately, you know I've gotten back into autographed cards. And I just want to share with you a little bit of reason why, and then hopefully give you some tips on getting into maybe some areas of collecting that you haven't collected before, okay? So number one, on the autographed rookie cards and hockey stuff and basketball cards, used to get into these a long time ago, gosh, it's been years. And I heard Gary V talking about it. Of course, you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk, and he was talking about him getting back into basketball cards, and I don't think he does autograph cards. I think he just does mainly graded cards. And so it got me thinking about ways to expand my business and to learn more about the business too. And I've been years and years since I had been offering autograph cards or any cards for that matter. And so I decided to dive back into it and learn a little bit more about this side of the collecting industry. Mainly, obviously, of course, to benefit my business, but also so when customers come to me with questions about it, I can be somewhat educated about it, and if I don't know the answer, maybe point them in the right direction. So I got presented with an opportunity to pick up some autograph cards probably about 4 or 5 months ago. And again, I knew nothing about the market, and one of my first tips for you guys would be is when you don't know the market, do what I did, and I reached out to another dealer of mine who had a friend who does this for a living, but he deals mainly in cards. So what I did was I sent him over the sheet and said, hey, here's the list of stuff on here. What do you think this stuff sells for? What stuff is actually selling? Is there anything on this list that doesn't sell? And so I just kind of picked his brain at it and said, hey, what are the best options here on this list here? And was able to pick that up, and all those cards have been, I think I sold, it was a lot of probably 25 cards or so, and it really only took about 2 or 3 weeks to sell them all. So at that point I knew, okay, maybe I'm on to something a little bit here that I need to kind of expand a little bit more outside of baseball. And so that's where I've gotten into hockey and also into basketball. Now let me just tell you a little bit about, I am not a huge hockey fan by any stretch of the imagination, okay? I know who the main guys are, I know who the Hall of Famers are, all that good stuff, but I happen to have a lot of customers in Canada. And of course, Canadians love their hockey. And so I figured it would be a good time for me to go out and get involved in some hockey rookie cards. So I picked up a decent amount here. I had some Lemieux that I just sold recently, and one other guy, I forget who it was here, but I've got some, the main thing with cards, with hockey cards is, it's important to make sure that you get Canadian-based guys that are born in Canada. Those, in my experience, seem to sell a little bit better than maybe some of the U.S. American-based guys. But I've got some Esposito stuff in here. I've got a Brodeur. Nothing too crazy and expensive there. A Dominic Hasek one right there. Let's see. Oh, Ray Bork. See, I knew who Ray Bork was. So we got some good stuff in here. Mainly Canadian stuff as far as the Montreal Canadiens go. But again, before I bought these, I was asking the guy I was getting them from, is like, well, in your experience, you deal a lot with cards. What are the best sellers, and what's someone I should stay away from? And he told me that straight up, that get Canadian-based guys. So that would be my experience to you on the hockey cards. Basketball, I know a little bit more about. I'm an American, so I just picked up a whole bunch of great ones here. And with the basketball cards, I like to get really kind of two sides of it. One, I like to get guys who don't sign a lot, so there's not a lot of opportunity to have a bunch of competition on them. And secondly, I like to get, of course, deceased players are another good area to get into, because obviously they're not signing anymore. But I got a couple deceased ones here that I thought were kind of really cool here. Of course, there's always that luster of draws in there, Petrovic. I don't know if you guys saw that ESPN here with him and Vlade Divac a while ago with Vlade talking about him. I would definitely encourage you guys to watch that episode. It is just absolutely phenomenal about him talking about him and the talent that this guy was. Another good one here too, Reggie Lewis. Obviously the guy didn't sign a whole bunch there. Not a super popular guy, but again, he played for the Celtics, and the Celtics have, obviously a huge fan base, so that was a good pickup there too. A couple other ones available too that I thought was a really good one. Again, going back to guys that don't sign a whole bunch. Tim Duncan right there. That's a really nice one right there. 1997 press pass. Speaking of Duncan, man, wouldn't it be great if he did an autograph signing? I mean, there have got to be so many people out there that need stuff signed. He's one guy, man. I don't know. Somebody's got to convince him to do a signing. I don't know who that's going to be. I just don't think he's interested at all. But this is a cool one right here. It's a San Antonio #1 pick there. But it's, of course, him in the Wake Forest jersey there. So it's a cool piece. I mean, I love Duncan. Duncan stuff sells. And Timmy is obviously going to be a Hall of Famer. He's won, 5 championships for the Spurs? I mean, just an incredible, incredible career. So going back to, the research aspect of when you're getting involved in a new area of collecting, the biggest thing is to start small. Don't go out and buy thousands and thousands of dollars of something that, you're not sure if you're going to like it, or you're not unsure about the market as far as what players you want to collect and all that kind of stuff. But the real big thing, though, is really before you make any decision at all on what you want to buy, take some time, slow down, and just reach out to, fellow dealers like myself, or you can reach out to other collectors who collect something that you're interested in getting in. It doesn't have to deal with cards. It could be with, jerseys and bats and all that kind of stuff. And just pick their brain. You may find out a bunch of information from them that you didn't even think about before you make that decision to go out and actually spend your hard-earned money on something. So slow down, take your time, ask people all the questions. You'd be amazed at how many people are willing to help you out on, really pretty much anything. And plus, it's 2019. Like, there is millions of information on the internet that people do videos like this one, or they put blog post articles out there that will run you through some things to look for and some things to avoid. So make sure you do your research before you buy items, okay? Don't do your research after you buy the items, and then that's going to put you into a big pickle. But don't be afraid to try something new. Collecting should be fun. And I think the minute that it gets not fun is something that, not fun, that was a terrible way to say that. And the minute it doesn't get fun is really takes away the purpose, I think, of collecting, And the one way to keep it fun is to keep it fresh and to change up what you're collecting, whether it be hockey stuff, whether it be jerseys, bats, game use stuff is another great one to get involved with. So there's just a couple tips for you guys on making your collection a little better and spicing it up and kind of re-energizing it for you. So hopefully that helps you guys out there. If you guys have any questions at all about the card stuff or anything else that I can help you out with, let me know. And if you guys want to go ahead and visit the website, you can at powersportsmemorabilia.com. Always appreciate that. And if you guys can hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. That way you get notified when all this good content we'll put out.